soon as we go. Goodbye. Whoa!
Is he okay? What happened?
He's fine. He just
jumped off the
chair.
table.
Well, it sounded like a thud.
No. He's fine. That old guy, don't you worry about it.
The important thing is that Comanche's okay.
Yes. We're all worried about that.
Well, your wallet worries about that, because if he's not, he's expensive to fix.
We ain't gonna fix him.
Digging a hole in the backyard don't cost nothing. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
It's cold like your heart's.
Yeah.
I like how I'm like, are you ready to start? And you're like, yeah. And then as soon as I click live, you're like, oh, I gotta go get my jacket.
I'm sorry.
My Mr. Belvedere jacket.
Streaks on the China?
Mom Brain, just make
Streaks
sure.
on the China is code for skids in your underwear, right?
Really?
Belvedere was a big guy, I think.
That's called streaking.
Let's save it for the
record.
podcast.
Wait, is that in the theme song?
Streaks on the China.
Never mattered before.
Oh, okay.
Who cares?
Yep.
I mean, wait, does that's not like some kind of drug slang, is it? Like China?
So will be an analysis of the Mr. Belvedere theme song. All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 740, the Crabominable Podcast. All right, Mom Brain, here we go. Can you tell us about Crabominable?
Crabominable sort of looks like a Yeti crab, but instead of crab-like claws, it has feet-like claws instead.
Is it furry?
Yep, kind of.
It's a crab with fur.
A little bit.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It's number 740. It is a fighting ice type. And that's all you need to know
Crab
about
fighting with ice. Oh. There you go.
Mom Brain.
Yeah?
Beautiful. What a
Thanks.
great start. Now we're free to talk about whatever we want, like Mr. Belvedere, as we were before the podcast
We can
started.
talk about Mr. Belvedere's secret drug habit.
Actually, before we get into that,
Oh, I forgot my little back pillow.
Today's episode of the Go Nintendo Podcast is sponsored by Super Lo-Fi World. Super Lo-Fi World is a laid-back tribute to the video game music of the 1990s.
I thought you were going to say 1900s.
The video games of the 1900s. The penny arcade. Zelda, Sonic, Donkey Kong, and Pokemon. Super Lo-Fi World captures the sound of 90s era gaming in a chill new way. Lo-fi beats to play while you're gaming, studying, or just kicking back. Helen collaborated with DJ Cutman to produce Super Lo-Fi World, featuring lo-fi remixes of legendary game composers like Koji Kondo, David Wise, and Yasunori Mitsuda. You can check out Super Lo-Fi World on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, and Google Play right now. If you'd like a handy-dandy link, which we don't get any money for you clicking, it's just a handy-dandy link. Go over to Go Nintendo. There's a banner for
Smash that like button.
Super Lo-Fi World, and you click it, and it gives you it's the smart URL for all those streaming services. So you can click that, and then one more click will take you exactly to the service you would like to use. There you go. Now let's talk about Mr. Belvedere. Hi, Giant Reggie. Hi, Autumnal Blake. Hi, Robot Face. Hi, oh my God, what a great name. Ratman Do. Ratman Do says, why does RMC have 14 keyboards? I have 2 keyboards.
Well,
Well, one of them, the one that's
the keyboard
built in,
on your Toshiba laptop has been broken for years.
Yeah, it's been broken for a long time. Hello, Neo. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the laptop keyboard like crapped out. And rather than buying a whole new laptop, I just bought like a $20 Logitech keyboard and put it on top. That
In defense of your laptop,
it is old.
there is no laptop on this planet, I'm sure, that is more used than yours.
It is used every single day.
All day.
And it is alive and kicking. May not be as fast as it used to be, but
there's
Are any of us?
that's true. That's
yeah.
very true.
Are there some missing keys on that?
There are, yes.
Okay.
I tried to do a little surgery. Hello, BagelNet. I tried to do a little look at BagelNet's amazing GIF.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, is that like
It's a cat being
With bagel necks?
bagel necks. Yeah.
With bagels on its neck
It's yes.
and multiple mouths.
Yes. Each one licking a bagel.
Just wanted to make sure that's what I was
This
saying.
is why you want to go to
Multiple
the.
mouths. Is that the guy from
That's
Silence
him.
of the
Yeah.
Lambs?
This is why you want to go to the Discord during the podcast because BagelNet puts
Multiple
in
mouths.
amazing bagel-related
What did he
gifts.
say to you?
Hello, Drake.
Multiple mouths, Clarice.
And Autumnal Blake, when he's in there, takes amazing screenshots
You
of
know
us.
he
all.
has bagels on his neck, Clarice.
Hello, Cam Halen. Thanks for joining. Also, like I was saying, I tried to do laptop surgery. So I was like, what key do I never use? And I popped that off and put it in place of one that I needed to use. And that worked for a while.
Was
but
it
then
scroll lock?
more keys just started dying.
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, but eventually I was like,
N.
you know, I had like taken out like
Nintendo.
5 different keys and swapped them. And I'm like, this is getting a little ridiculous. And then all of them just kind of stopped working. So I was like, I'll just get a cheap keyboard. And that's been working fine for me. Hello, Joe Shabadoo. I see you typing in there.
Yeah, good old Logitech.
I mean, Logitech mouse, Logitech
Yeah,
keyboard.
that's the same keyboard and mouse set that I'm using.
I mean, they're cheap. They work. That's all. I don't, I'm not like, I need a Razer Precision Laser Gaming Pro mouse
and
for
keyboard.
clicking
Yeah.
my web browser.
You never know.
No, I don't. I'm not at that point yet. I'm not a professional esports gamer. I'm sorry.
E-boy.
I'm not an e-boy. I think an e-boy is a little bit different. We have a whole bunch of things to talk about today. It was a busy week as compared to last week. There's a whole bunch of top stories. There's a whole bunch of interesting things to talk about. My
body is ready.
I don't. Oh yeah, can you plug that in to your laptop? So it's got to be running low on juice.
Is that true?
But we haven't plugged it in like a couple weeks. But there's a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about that wasn't related to games, but I forget all of it. I meant to write it down and I just didn't write it down. I'm sure it'll come
boy.
up as we're going. Oh, I remember one of them. My brain.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching Love Island,
Oh, how is it?
the UK show. So while I'm working, I like to have background noise. And sometimes I'll put on shows. And they have to be shows where I don't need to like really pay attention to them. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, Stranger Things or what's another?
The Sopranos.
The Sopranos. Can't wait to see the
Or,
new episode
yeah.
of Sopranos. Westworld. That's a good one.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
put on Westworld and be like, yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
half pay attention.
that's
to this.
true. Yeah, you gotta.
So I put on.
So is it Love Island? Is it the same premise as Temptation Island? Like
it is
either version?
It is not. I mean,
Okay.
they're similar. Now we had what was the show we just watched here, Mom Brain, about people loving each other?
Temptation
No, we just said that.
Are you the one?
No, was it
Hotel? Something hotel?
Love Hotel?
Was it? It was something. Hotel.
Something Hotel, whatever. Well, that show.
Butt Plug Hotel? Is that
Butt
it?
Plug Hotel, yeah. That show is what Love Island inspired that show. It's almost exactly the same, except Love Island doesn't have any like censoring of their conversation, so everybody's cursing left and
Really?
right. Plus,
But you can't understand what they're saying.
oh man, some of their accents are very hard. Hello, Hailey and Tom. No, not MILF Island. Some of their, so I'm sure that could be a show. Some of their
Oh, yeah,
accents are
or
very
Cougar
tough
Island
to understand. I'm getting into it. I'm learning. I know what they're saying, but also on top
a lot
of
of
that,
like thick like northern.
they're from
North-
all over.
Oh, okay.
So I can give you an impression of one that is not hard to understand, but I love it. It's like, oh, we're gonna go down to the bay. Yeah. That's all I got.
Mm.
But there's other people that are like, ooh, and I'm like, what are they saying? I had to put on captions for a
Was
while.
that a Welshman?
Hello,
I was
Roth.
going to ask if they were Welsh. That's a tricky one.
But also they're all saying some slang that I never heard, and I thought I was
Oh,
up
yeah,
on
yeah.
British slang, but I'm not. Like
Well, how could you be? You don't live there. You don't hear it.
everybody's
often.
talking about them about
Well,
each
it gets
other being
updated like what every other week.
the show.
No, British
Slang.
slang.
Oh yeah. There's new slang all the time. People were saying they've been. I pied you off. I've been pied off,
Hmm.
which is like basically like two people go on a date, and it's like telling the other person you don't want to date them, like you're not interested in them. So it's
Okay.
so literally I think of it as like pieing somebody in
Well,
the face,
sure.
being like, you jerk, no, I don't want to date you. And then what else is there? Geezers. I never heard geezers. They call each
Like
other
for old
geezers.
people?
Well, that's how we use it over there. It's like guys
geezer.
that like hang outside of like pubs and like talk sports and are drinking and are like,
Well,
oh, yeah,
that's like an old dude thing to do. Hang outside of a bar and talk sports.
yeah, but they're not using it like it. They're calling each other
Yeah,
geezers. They're not
I-
using it like
I knew
old
that
people.
because I don't know. I think at some point I was reading about Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath, and I was like, how did he get this name? And yeah, it turns out it's just like slang that like people give their mates.
Yeah, that's how they're using it. Yes, yeah. Autumnal Blake, who is in Australia, says geezer is over there as well, but not overly common. Yeah,
just
there's
like
a whole list.
It's just like a friendly nickname.
I was talking to friend of the site, Poopaloop, about this stuff because I said, Poopaloop, please help me. I'm watching Love Island. Everybody on the show is terrible, and the show is terrible, but I can't stop watching it. He's like, oh man. He said him and his girlfriend managed to avoid that show, but it is very popular.
Mm.
I mean, we just saw Saturday Night Live do a skit about it
yeah.
the other week. Yeah, it's something else. So we're gonna integrate UK slang onto the soundboard, is what I'm getting at. I can't. Half the stuff they say I can't put on the board
They use
because
the
it's
C word a lot.
they use everything
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot, like a lot of very offensive stuff. Well, I'm not offended, but it's like,
Stuff that would be considered offensive.
yes,
here.
there's lots of
Do they
cursing.
talk about fannies?
I've heard him say fanny a couple times, but no, it's mostly just like F-bombs all over the place. And
Oh.
Well, I mean, you know.
well, I can't put that on the soundboard. All right. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to talk about, just because we talk about whatever the hell's on our minds on this show. All right, let's do some Nintendo news. What do we have? Oh, that's great. Let's do some Nintendo news. I like to have a little something before we get into the news. You know what I mean, Mumbry?
I
L-
sure
A
do.
little
You know what I mean, Vern?
palate cleanser.
You know what I mean, Vern? We should have that on the soundboard.
Know what I mean?
Know what I
Vern?
mean? All right, let's do Nintendo news. We have a rumor that we have a rumored first look. Hello, Malik Halo, at the redesign of Sonic for the upcoming Sonic movie. We still don't know if it's true, but if it is the real redesign, it's better. I'm going to show it to you
Alright.
guys. I know it's small, but it is a marked
Yeah.
improvement over
I mean, quite
what
frankly,
we originally. Anything
it wouldn't
would
have
be.
taken much.
It seems to meet your requirements, which were, you wanted him to look like what he's supposed to look like.
Yeah, which is like,
And this
Silly.
this seems more in tune with
yeah, he
with
looks
that.
more like Sonic. His arms are blue instead of tan, but whatever. I'll take it. Like, if this is the direction they're going in, I think many people will be. People will be hard pressed to say that the original version that we saw is better than this version, because it's that original, man. Oh God, what a disaster! But the movie, I guess,
Meow.
should or would have been out in November. And they've been working on the redesign for a while now. So yes, they obviously have
I'm curious like how much money they had to waste redesigning their character.
well, that's the whole conspiracy.
pushing back the release
theory.
date.
The conspiracy theory is they planned all this from the get-go.
They really?
Yeah, like to drum up attention for the movie, and get more people talking about it and more people interested to actually go see it.
Somebody at the studio knew how like insane Sonic fans are when it comes to
So they like made
Aesthetics
the
like
original
this?
trailer with the design that nobody really liked, but it was all part of a plan to like drum up attention and get people talking, and
Meow.
it ended up being Universal or whoever did it. No, who did it?
it's
Paramount?
Paramount's the studio, right?
Yeah, it ended up being their most viewed trailer ever.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So I don't know.
Did it get the most downvotes ever?
For their trailers, certainly, yes, without a doubt. I'm not one to believe in conspiracy theories, but I am one to talk about them. I just love talking about conspiracy theories in general. They're just fun. The Destructo 94 says the movie still looks like crap, regardless of the design. That being
Yes.
said,
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that.
this design looks much better. and what it should have been from the start. Yes, I think we can all agree on that statement. The movie,
Yeah, this isn't going to save the movie, like, by any means.
the film is not fun. It looks bad.
The game is not fun.
Yeah, the movie looks bad in general. But
Are you still going to see it? You can be honest.
oh, I got no problem admitting like I'm gonna go see it. I'm just trying to decide if it's like an opening night kind of thing. I would love to
Oh gosh.
like get everybody together to see
Oh
it.
boy.
I think going to the movie theater to see that on a weekend together would be a lot of fun. We get together to watch terrible Hallmark movies every
Yeah, for
week.
free.
So
In the comfort of your house.
sometimes not for free. That is true though. Comfort of our house, yes. Plus, just think about all the stuff we could talk about on a podcast with it. If we
That's
all
true.
shared that experience together. All right.
Maybe we should just do the podcast from there.
Do pod. Moving on.
Wise
Capcom put
pod.
out their updated fiscal year 2019 information, and there was something really interesting about the Switch. So Capcom shipped 10 million units of packaged software in the fiscal year, and 6.5 million of that came from PS4, which is not a surprise. But the surprise here is second place went to the Switch with 1.9 million units shipped. Xbox One, please go ahead.
Wow, I am impressed.
I'll never turn down a Wardy. But what did I said somebody's name backwards?
Buddy and Wooz?
Yes, because I was recording a video for the Patreon.
Buddy and did you say Buddy and
No.
wasn't Buddy?
Buddy and Wooz,
It was
like he's
Buddy and
like
Wooz,
Kirby
yeah.
said. I was recording a video for the Patreon, and I was doing it at like 4:30 in the morning, and I was like fried. And I went to say Roman numerals, and I said Roman numerals. Roman numerals. It's a great name. It's that's going to be the name of my first kid.
Rumen numerals.
Meet my son, Roman.
Rumen numerals.
Oh, yeah, I've been very busy lately. Anyway, Xbox One came in third place with 1.2 million units sold. Now, this is really interesting because Xbox One and PS4 largely have the same games between them. Like if there's a big third-party game, or if there's a big game from Capcom, it's coming out on both platforms. Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, any of those. It's coming out on Xbox One and PS4. When it comes to Switch's retail releases from Capcom mostly include re-releases of stuff that have been out for a while, like Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, or Monster Hunter, or whatever the hell it was that wasn't World. And still, the Switch managed to beat Xbox One. That is really crazy to me. So maybe now Capcom's going to be like, you know what? There is something to this system. Maybe we should do some new stuff. If I know Capcom, they'll do something new that's like a spin-off to a franchise they already have, much like they did with the Wii. So, with Resident Evil on the Wii, we got new Resident Evil games on Wii, but they were spin-offs like Umbrella Chronicles and things like that. Plus, anything that they did...
Natalia, the sluice.
anything that they did that was a brand new IP didn't really pan out for them. Zack and Wiki didn't really sell a lot. And what was it? Spyborgs. What a load of garbage
I
that
know
game was.
you hate
Holy
Spyborgs quite
crap.
a bit.
It made me so mad. And I tried to play it so many times. And I was like, this is just generic garbage. It was not fun to play. It had, I don't know. Maybe I got to go back and play it.
The game
That's right, Reggie.
is not fun.
Rock says, it seems that at this rate, Xbox will be fully known as a service first and a console second by next year. At least in the UK, I've noticed Xbox One sections and game stores rapidly depleting in size, with the exception of mega games like FIFA, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Red Dead Redemption 2. They hardly sell games at retail anymore, with Xbox Game Pass taking over. I can see Microsoft continuing to get major support from companies that push microtransactions like Take-Two, Activision, Blizzard, and EA, rather than Capcom, who get by through traditional game releases like Resident Evil 2 Remake and Devil May Cry 5. With Game Pass, you get your games for next to nothing, so you feel more inclined to start spending on microtransactions and stay with Xbox because of the subscription service. I mean, that is certainly true. I know people... they just did there was a survey or the results of a study. Hello, it's a trap. Hello, Microtic. That showed that people that are playing on Games Pass are playing more games in general, not just Game Pass games. They're just playing more stuff on Xbox in general. So Game Pass is getting them on the Xbox to play stuff, and then they're snooping around and checking out other things as well. So it's working for them. It's certainly working for them. But yeah, the other side of that is traditional retail games aren't moving all that much. So it's great for Microsoft because Microsoft can be like, hey, let's do a deal for Game Pass and we'll put your game on there at launch and blah, 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 blah. And Microsoft gets more of that money, obviously. And then plus they get people paying for their service. Plus they get people sticking around on the platform more in general. So, yeah, I can see why Microsoft wants to do it. It's just we're really seeing the effect of it already. Is everything okay, Monbray?
Yeah, why?
You look a little worked up.
No.
We have here's a funny. It's not funny if it happened to you, but it's funny if it didn't happen to you. People who bought Witcher 3, which is now available on Switch, from Amazon, some of those people have noticed a problem with their game. They buy the retail version of the game, obviously. They get the game home. They open up the box, and inside is all the fancy extra stuff, but it's missing one thing. The game.
The game is not there.
The game card isn't in the box. Now, it appears that some unsavory character or characters have slit open the shrink wrap and taken the game out and just slid everything back together and used old no. Use the old heat gun thing to like the top of the cellophane or whatever and seal it back up, which is real crappy. But the good news, the good news is that if you bought it from Amazon and that happened, you can talk to Amazon and they'll take care of it. So it's not thank you, BagelNet. It's not a problem anymore. It's not a problem for people who you're not going to get screwed over, basically. Just talk to Amazon and they'll fix it for you. We don't know how widespread it is, but we did see multiple reports of it happening to people. So if you bought one from Amazon, that is, why would you go that way? Why would it be slink under that? Yeah, that's fine. Sit there. There you go.
That's good.
So if you bought, please stop touching it. If you bought it from Amazon and you haven't opened it yet, open it now. Make sure your game card is in there. First comment comes from Juan Blue 85, and he says, I got my copy from Amazon yesterday. The big box was wrapped, but for some odd reason, the game case itself was not. I did have the game present, of course, as well as what it brings. Well, that's good. Maybe that's the situation. Yeah. For some reason, either the shrink wrap for the game isn't there, or that's what's being removed. Like they're leaving everything else and just removing that and stealing the game, which is unfortunate.
Didn't something like this happen with a different game or multiple games?
It has happened with other games in the past. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't want to say it happens often, but it does happen. And there's people who have bought, hardware game hardware from stores and open the box and find bricks and stuff in it.
Yeah, right. Like someone bought or thought they were buying a PS4 or a PS3. I forget which one.
Yeah, I think it was a PS3.
And what was in the box?
Like cinder blocks.
Just cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's been other stuff too. Like just one box was full of just garbage. It was like a 3DS or something, and inside was just like garbage. And sometimes those people are screwed over with how Walmart handles those situations.
Yeah.
What do they do?
What does Walmart do? Nothing.
That's real crummy.
It depends on the situation, but yes, there have been people who have been screwed over.
Well,
that's why you got to talk to your local news and get 7 on your side.
Get Bacaro?
Who's Bacaro?
Isn't that his name? Better get Bacaro.
Gotta get Gustavo Almodovar.
Gustavo Almodovar.
I feel like I think it's better get Bacaro. Better call Bacaro. Maybe it's better call Bacaro.
No, it's better call Saul.
Okay.
Well, I don't think he's not a journalist though.
He's a legal guy, right? I don't watch that show. He's a legal guy. Call him up.
Yeah, that's right. He's an attorney, right?
Sue Walmart. North America, this week's downloads. What do we get? We got Return of the Obra Dinn, which is the really awesome looking like boat mystery game. I don't know what you call it. It takes place in the Orient. Blah 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 blah. Won a whole bunch of awards. It is now available on Switch.
And it looks like a Game Boy camera.
Yeah, it looks like a game. I don't want to say that because people are going to think that means it looks like garbage, but yes, it has a very interesting look to it. And it's done very well, but yes, it has a Game Boy camera quality to it. Look up a trailer if you haven't seen it. Also available is finally A Hat in Time, Eternal Blade 2, Alchemist Castle, Arcade Archives, The Legend of Kage, Arcade Archives versus Castlevania, which is basically the original NES version of Castlevania, but harder.
Oh, great.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
That's
game
exactly
definitely wasn't hard enough. As it was.
Battle Planet Judgment Day, Beast Quest, Corpse Party Blood Drive, Crunch Time, Day and Night, Desktop Dodgeball, Desktop Rugby, Destiny Connect TikTok Travelers. That is not the popular app. That is about time traveling through time.
Oh, okay.
Not about dancing to your favorite songs or lip syncing things. Digimon Story Cyber
Or throwing
Sleuth.
tortillas in people's faces.
The main reason people are on TikTok are dogs throwing up.
Not throwing up, just dry heaving. Right? They don't ever barf. They just dry heave.
I have not seen. I've seen lots of cats barf on TikTok. I have not seen TikTok. You got TikTok.
No.
TikTok.
Hey,
You want a TikTok?
You download a new TikTok? Yeah, it's the holiday season. Get me some of that TikTok. Yes, TikTok is for dogs barfing, people being slapped with
Dry
tortillas. Dogs dry heaving.
Cats
Sorry.
with scrunchies on their ears.
Cats wearing scrunchies on their ears. Cats
look-
puking. I've seen
Do you
that a
see
lot.
my cat right now?
Yeah, I know. Petting his eyeball because you're a goddamn weirdo.
I'm not the weirdo. He's the weirdo. He likes it. And by the way, he's got
Oh, how do you know what he
claws.
likes?
Because he's
Thank
not
you.
biting me.
Oh, there you go.
Touche.
That's
I
true.
guess so. Domiverse, Felix the Reaper, Galaxy Champions TV has a demo.
What a nice baby.
Ice Age, Scrat's Nutty Adventure.
That's
I
still
got
around?
no less than 7 emails about that this week.
Like from
About-
people
about
who
the
love
Ice
it,
Age
or
game?
from
No,
the
no,
people
no.
who made it.
Yes,
Like,
they're like,
where's
do you want to
Scrap?
check out the Ice Age game? Do you want to
Aw.
review the Ice Age game? And I'm like, I'm very busy. I can't. I said maybe I'll get in touch in the future, but I'm honestly very busy with reviews and previews and other
Maybe
stuff.
Manch could review it.
I feel so sorry for these developers working on an Ice Age game in 2019.
Well, apparently there's some new movie. I don't know. I have
jeez.
seen a total of 0 Ice Age.
I haven't seen any.
I had a student who was really into Scrat for a while, and it was just so uncomfortable that he'd be like talking about Scrat, you know? Like it just was like,
I
oh,
love
Scrat, Scroat.
Yeah, it sounds.
I
It
love
sounds
Scrat
dirty.
videos.
Right? Like, oh, Scrat's gonna get you. And I was like,
Scrat.
You know who's really into Scrat? Ray Romano. He does a voice in the Ice Age movies, right?
Oh yeah, isn't he like a mammoth or something?
I'm a mammoth. I love Scrat. Can't
That's
get
pretty
enough
good.
of Scrat. Ray Romano is just like a weirder version of Kermit the Frog. If you can do Kermit, you can do Ray Romano. I can't do either, but it's fun to try. Just Ignore Them. Kind.
Wait, that's the name of the game.
Just Ignore Them is the name of the game. Kind, Mahjong Puzzle Paisen, Mary Skelter 2, Megaquarium, Milk Choco, Miniature, The Story Puzzle, Monaco Complete Edition, Override, Mech City Brawl, Supercharged Mega Edition. Oh, I'm so tempted to get this. PBA Pro Bowling. I don't think it uses motion controls, so if it did, I would get it. I don't think it does. Pig Eat Ball, Puzzle Book, Rabby Ribby, Raging Loop, Roar Off. That's nope, that's RAWR, not ROAR. Safari Pinball, Sea Salt, Sega Ages Columns 2, and Sega Ages Ichidant R. Skullgirl Second Encore, Star Blocks, Stranded Sails, Explorers of the Cursed Islands. That's all one title. Street Outlaws, The List, Sublevel Zero Redo, Summer Sweetheart, Tangle Tower. Tangle Tower is made by the same team that did Snipper Clips. The Jackbox Party Pack 6, which I have, and I haven't had the chance to play because you can't really play it by yourself. You need people. The Park, Tower Climb, Where the Bees Make Honey, Warbital, and Zik Square, and also available on the 3DS, Breakout Defender 2, and Slime Slayer. Thank you to Nintendo Jam, the new guy on the site who put together that press release, because he went way out of his way and linked every single game to its eShop page. Guy Bones says, very excited about Jackbox Party Pack 6. You and me, my friend. Looks like all the games could be good ones. By the way, what a nicely formatted post. Love the links. Good job, Nintendo Jam, whoever you are. Yes, I didn't know that that was going to be said. He went way out of his way. Every single game in the usual press release that we do is linked to its page on Nintendo.com. So if you wanted to learn more about the game, you could click those links. Holy crap, he did it for Europe too. This guy.
What?
Available in Europe. Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition, Ice Age, Scrat's Nutty Adventure, Raging Loop, Stranded Sails, Explorers of the Cursed Islands. Get this out of here. The Witcher 3, Zombieland Double Tap, Road Trip, A Hat in Time, Arcade Archives versus Castlevania, Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Editions, Battle Planet Judgment Day, Billy Bomber, Domiverse, Felix the Reaper, Gleaner Heights, Home Sheep Home, Farmageddon, Party Edition, Just Ignore Them, Kine, Little Town Hero, Megaquarium, Milk Choco, Miniature, The Story Puzzle, Override, Mech City Brawl, Overwatch, Pig Eat Ball, Planescape, Planescape Torment, and Icewind Dale Enhanced Editions, Rabby Ribby, Roar Off, Return to the Oberdeen, Roof Rage, Safari Pinball, Sega Ages Columns 2, Sega Ages Ichidant R, Star Blocks, Sublevel Zero Redo, Summer Sweetheart, The Eyes of Ara, Jackbox Party Pack 6, Tower Climb, Where the Bees Make Honey, Warbital, and Zik Square. Holy crap. There's a demo for Disgaea 4 Complete and Galaxy Champions TV. By the way, Galaxy Champions TV, which I think I've said before, is basically Smash TV.
Oh, okay.
Steel Diver says Witcher 3 is an amazing feat on Switch. I don't know how other companies can even make excuses anymore about games not running. It's not a linear FPS like Doom. It's a massive open world game. I will be talking more about that later. Guys in the chat, I'm going to have to get... Yes, Scratch... Robot Face says Scratch Nuts Adventure. That's it. Yeah, that's what the new movie's about. How many of those movies have there been?
I was going to ask that. Like, I don't know. There's got to be at least 4 or 5.
I was going to say 5, yeah. Autumnal Blake says, Armsy, you can play Jackbox with people over a live stream, right? That would be a good one. Yes, that would be a good one. Yes, that would be good for Patreon. The problem is when we play, we're always very dirty. It's not a problem per se, but
oh, you
I don't
mean
want to
like
offend people.
in terms of our language?
Yeah, I mean,
we're not like literally covered in dirt.
No. Yeah, we have filthy minds when we play. So I don't know if that's appropriate to stream. If we were going to stream, we'd have to like tone it down a bit, and I don't know if it would be any fun, to tell you the truth. I'd have to go through the games that are in Jackbox Party Pack 6, and see if maybe there's one in particular that'll work really well. There's ones we could play that would be no problems, like Trivia Murder Party 2. That doesn't really have much in the way of putting in your own answers, but there's other ones that certainly do. So, yes, Cam, I see that. Patreon only. It may still, even if it's Patreon only, I would worry. Also, how much is a cheap tablet? This is not my also. I'm just wondering.
Like $100 maybe?
Yeah.
Do people
Probably
still use
less.
tablets?
I don't know. Do they? They buy it. Well, I mean, like, I want like another cheap tablet just to do the Discord.
Oh, remember when I said I wanted one for my trip?
You were just gonna, but you were gonna buy one just for a trip.
Oh yeah, and you told her it was a waste of money. I
It
specifically
was.
remember that.
Yes, it was. She wanted it just.
It was until I needed
until
one.
it wasn't.
You wanted it just for the trip.
Do you know actually? Well, yeah, and you were right. It would have been. I mean, it would have. I would have used it, but it.
See, like, I want the Discord chat. Well, here's what we could do.
Here's what
We-
I want. Here, wait. Before you do any of this.
Wait. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. You go.
No.
Before you say here's what we're gonna do, let me say here's what we're gonna do.
I would like a new Chromebook.
Okay.
So let's get me a new Chromebook, and you can have my old one for.
Yeah, I was
Hot.
gonna say, here's what we could do. You need a new Chromebook.
Really?
That's what I was gonna
Oh
say.
my God.
Whoa.
Whatever Chromebook is out there for $50, you can have it.
It's a deal.
I'll have to look into Chromebooks to see like what's good now and cheap
Yeah,
for
well, I mean,
what
I
you're
don't-
doing.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't need.
Yeah.
They're what,
really-
like 200, 300?
Yeah, for what she needs. Yeah, I mean, there's ones that are a lot more expensive, but like
Oh, okay.
looking
Are you
up cat
saying that-
pictures and stuff, $200. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I need to access like Gmail and like
I
the
need to
Google
access
Suite,
my cat pictures.
the Google Suite,
I need cat picture 37 right now.
Reddit. If I could,
When
Netflix,
the hell do you sit on your laptop with Reddit? Let's get real here.
Well, I don't often, but I might need to at some point. You know what I mean?
Not just want to, need to.
Yeah.
I need to do it. Well, how many cat subreddits do you go to?
All of
What's the next big story
All
today,
of
Robbie?
Oh, okay. The wild area in Pokemon Sword and Shield is apparently about double the size of Breath of the Wild. I don't know if I believe that. This is like some rep. I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, you can't trust reps.
Yeah, and plus it's an article from the Metro, and Metro usually gets things wrong pretty often.
Metro, never even heard of them.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. Their wording's different. So basically, they're saying the wild area in Pokemon Sword and Shield is as big as 2 of the regions from Breath of the Wild. Okay, that makes more sense. 2 locations.
2 locations.
You know, like you look at the map of Breath of the Wild and 2 of those areas, you know, you hit the tower in an area and it like lights up that whole area. So 2 of those areas. That I could see. Yes, that makes more sense to me. So not as big as Breath of the Wild, obviously, but still, there's a whole bunch of towns and things that you're going to go to in Pokemon Sword and Shield as well that aren't counted here. We're just talking about the wild area. So I'd say that's pretty sizable. Autumnal Blake says, from what we've seen in maps and screenshots, I think this is an overestimation. I think it would be the size of 1 at best, since the wild area only seems to have 2 unique environment types, grassy and desert. I hope there are plenty of varied, regular routes to explore as well. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I originally thought it was off, but I was not reading their wording correctly. I think 2 regions is doable. But like I said, there's a whole bunch of other content to see there too, to see there as well. So we'll see what happens. I mean, the game comes out soon. You all right over there, bud? It does the same thing. Like, nothing different is happening, and every once in a while, the laptop's like, oh God.
I have like a brand new laptop. It's only like a few months old, and it does the exact same thing.
My brain.
YouTube, I can't handle it.
You want to watch a video in 1080p? The Switch in North America has surpassed 15 million units sold.
What?
15 million units in North America alone. Please, I want it.
Wow, I am impressed.
Yes, that is including Switch and Switch Lite. Switch Lite obviously just came out. Through September, Nintendo Switch sales in North America were up more than 20% year to date. The Switch in North America, North America, has been the top-selling hardware for the last 11 months straight. So things are going quite well for Nintendo and the Switch. Just to put things in perspective, the Wii U sold 13 point something million units, let's say 14 million units worldwide in its entire lifetime. So Switch has outsold Wii U in just one region. That's pretty crazy. Entropy says, and just look at how everyone's smiling. The joy of the Switch people. The joy of the Switch people, not the Switch people.
Okay.
But these are Switch people because they're playing the Switch and smiling. So, yes.
It's smiling at me.
I would say everyone that I know that has a Switch is happy with it. And I know a lot of people with the Switch, which is the best part. Let me see. You have one. Mom Brain has one. I have one. Nikki Hill has one. JTS has one. Lube has one. Vitamin G has one. Bob has one.
We know a Bob.
Well, Yes. I mean, it doesn't matter. Kyle
Oh, okay.
ended up being Bob. His name is
Oh,
Bob.
that's his podcast name. I forgot.
Yeah, everybody.
Mel Dog.
Well, I'm talking about, well, they were on one episode of the podcast. Yeah, I mean, like, so many people have the Switch. It's crazy.
Colin?
Robot Face says, was that a Christmas Story reference, Mabry?
It was.
It was. Sinfield joined the chat and said, can't hear live, but on the way home from London after EGX 2019. It was an epic day. I played Sword and Shield and Luigi's Mansion 3. Can't wait to play more. Well, thanks for stopping in to say hello for a
Did you
second.
run into any geezers?
We're at geezers at EGX. Yes, the Switch is doing well, and I'm sure sales are only going to get even higher during this holiday season because we have Pokemon Sword and Shield, the special Switch Lite for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Luigi's Mansion 3 is right around the corner, which we're going to talk about more at, later on in this show. Big things ahead. Oh. You hear that?
NPD. 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 NPD.
Thank you, Mom Brain. It is NPD time. All right, guys. Top 10 best-selling software titles in the United States for September 2019. Mom Brain, I need you to pay attention here because it's just you and Kirby. Top 10 software sales September 2019 in the United States. Go.
Minecraft.
I'm sorry, Minecraft is number 11.
Ooh, that hurts.
Overwatch.
I'm sorry, Overwatch is not on here, especially not with all the crap Blizzard's going through right now.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is number 10.
Mario Maker 2
Mario Maker 2 is not on here. I'm sorry.
is Red Dead still on there somewhere?
Man, I thought it was going to be. Let me double check here. Red Dead is number 15.
Okay, slipping a
You
little.
guys are good at the 11 through 20 so far.
Yeah, right. We're always like kind of.
There's not a Mario Party on there, is there?
No.
NFL.
NFL, hold on. Number 5, yes.
NBA.
Number 1, yes.
There we
just
go.
launched.
Okay.
I was hoping you wouldn't get it
FIFA.
because I would get to my singing. And I would, because I've been singing hints lately.
Oh, you were
And I
going to
would've
sing
done
Round Ball Rock?
The old John Tesh.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it.
Would you guys like songs? Oh no, I don't know a song for this one. We're going to songs. This is number 2. I don't have a song for it. I don't know. It's got like a main theme. I can't even think of a funny clue for it.
Is it like a long running franchise?
This is the 3rd installment.
Okay, I can work with that.
Dragon Quest.
Boundary Places.
Borderlands 3.
Yes, number 3. It's no theme song here either, but ole, 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 ole.
Did I say FIFA before?
Did you say FIFA
I
before?
did.
I think I heard her say
Oh,
FIFA.
well, yeah, FIFA, sorry.
I mean, it might have been while you were talking.
Number 4, Mom Brain, you were playing it.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening, number 5. You
Hey.
got number 6. Okay. There's no song for this either.
Oh, jeez.
Apparition Information Gathering.
Ghost Recon.
Ghost.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's a good hint.
Number 7, no song for this either. Well, how about I do this? I'll do a song from one of the commercials for one of the original installments in this franchise. All around me.
Gears of War
Gears of War
4?
5.
5, sorry.
No song for this either. Damn it. This is really disappointing.
Jeez.
Man, what is another word for that?
Butthole.
No. I don't know what another word for that is. This is tough, man. This is ruining all my fun. I don't know. There's
Can you give me a word that rhymes? Maybe with that.
yes, yes. Thank you. I can think of. Freddie Fro says, "Could I do interpretive dance for these?"
Sure.
Oh yeah. Charades. Okay. Okay. 2 words. First word.
Type? Text? You're not supposed
Beep.
to make sounds
Oh.
when you're doing. Scroll. Facebook? Phone.
All right. Second word.
Vein?
Yes.
Castlevania?
No. First.
Type Vania.
The second word is vein. Why would it be Castlevania? That's all one word.
Second word. Oh.
Okay. The first word.
Type. Write.
I can
DM.
do. I can do sounds like, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of a word that sounds like it.
Oh boy, we're in for it.
Okay. No. Whatever. I'm done. Code Vein. The name is Code Vein. You don't know that game.
I don't either.
I can't. Code. What do you do for code?
Rhymes with chode.
I thought that, but how was I going to do charades
like-
for chode?
How do you think?
What is this? I was typing on my phone. You're poking your hand.
Code. Like to be.
I was thinking about going like this and being like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I should have done it.
Wait, can you do your finger again? Your Morse code finger?
Beep, 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 beep.
Number 9. It's a sports game.
Yeah, they're all sports games. What else is new?
Baseball. MLB.
No.
NHL.
Yes. Number 10, you got Mario Kart 8. That's it. Your 11 through 20 are Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto 5, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Red Dead Redemption 2, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, Marvel's Spider-Man, Catherine, and Breath of the Wild.
Wait, Catherine is on there?
Yeah, the new, like the re-release of Catherine.
Okay. I'm like surprised that made the top 20.
Top 20, baby. We don't need to do all that. Growth in Switch. Switch saw growth in software sales. Switch is the only platform that saw hardware gains. But the hardware gains that Switch saw were off-put by the losses for other platforms. So the industry as a whole is down, but because of the other hardware, not because of Switch. Also, what is this? Interactive gaming toy dollar sales jumped more than 8 times when compared to September 2018, and that's because they were driven by sales of the Smash Brothers Series 1 amiibo and Link's Awakening Series 1 amiibo. So that cute little Link's Awakening amiibo, a lot of people ended up buying that, and it
Link are the hero.
it pushed up sales in the interactive toy division 8 times over what they were this time last year.
Wow.
Donut Muffin says, it seems interactive gaming toys are a gamble, but Nintendo's still able to sell them. It's surprising that they don't go heavier on them again, since they are the only ones left in the market. I bought 3 amiibo last month myself. Yeah, it's not really so much about like the amiibo. Hello, Doom-Eternal. 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 Doom Eternal's in the chat. Oh, that's great. Thank you for making that name, Doom Eternal. That is good.
I liked how that dawned on you. Like,
Well, I
as
was
you were-
I was reading it out. It's
Eternal?
DEW and then capital MEAT and then capital T for Eternal. Doom Eternal. That is great, man. I don't even remember what I was saying. Whatever. Let's go to the next story. This one is kind of funny, and I don't know if I should find it funny, but it's funny. Tekken's producer, Katsuhiro Harada, has had a bit of a meltdown on Twitter. He went on Twitter and he's basically telling people stop asking him for Tekken characters in Smash Brothers. He's tired of hearing it. He's not saying that he doesn't want to do it. He's not saying that he doesn't think it's a good idea. He's just saying stop asking him. So he went to Twitter and he said, it's like somebody else asked him for certain Tekken characters to be in Smash Brothers. And he said, you guys are a spammer. I talk with Sakurai and Bandai Namco's Smash development team so that your request will not be approved as much as possible. And he muted the person. He told him he's muted, so they can't talk anymore. So he's saying he's so annoyed. He talked to Sakurai and Bandai Namco and was like,
to guarantee that it'll never happen.
don't put this character in.
That's
Then he
pretty
said
funny.
later on, if you are still relentlessly spamming, that just means hampering helpers. Don't negotiate with spammers or terrorists.
Wow.
We're basically the same thing.
I guess what he's saying is he doesn't mind people asking for it. The
But when
problem
the-
is someone
yeah,
who's
when they
asked like 20
repeatedly
different
ask,
times. Yeah, he's like, listen, I heard
That-
you the first
that is
8
annoying,
times.
yeah.
I don't need you to keep telling it to me. I just feel like there's going to be some poor soul who like tweets for the first time and be like, hey, can so-and-so be in Smash? And he's like, you're muted. You son of a bitch. Stop asking me this.
I mean, you get spammed on the
Everybody.
on the internet.
I mean, it's the internet. I think
Yeah.
it happens. Autumnal Blake says, I don't think a developer as big as Nintendo is likely to put any stock in a single tweet or two. Repeated requests is the only way. There's the only real way of getting something to happen. I mean, there is a point to that. Yes, it's just I don't know if it should go straight to Mr. Harada. They're just saying, like, I'm sure Harada would rather you send it to Nintendo themselves and be like, let them know because they get your email and just delete it. Moving on. All right. Ikumi Nakamura, the background designer for Okami, and Hideki Kamiya, the famous director of Okami, went on Twitter to talk about how they want a sequel. And whenever Kamiya talks on Twitter, you can't really believe him because he lies on purpose just to have fun and screws with people just to have fun.
Sounds like Do Michaels.
Yeah, right. And their tweet says, Okami's going to be back. We want to make Okami sequel, and fans are looking forward to it too. You guys want to see Kamiya's Okami again, right, everyone? So it's not a confirmation of Okami's sequel in the works, but I think they're trying to stir people up and be like, look, all these people want an Okami too, Capcom. You should let us do it. Team up with Platinum and make it happen. So, I mean, that'd be fine. It's just this. Unfortunately, this information went around the internet and it was like, Okami 2 confirmed. And that is not the case, especially coming from Kamiya. JD says, yes, please. Okami 2 for Switch, or maybe this is a Smash tease. A man can dream. I don't think it's anything more than these two trying to drum up interest and support for actually making Okami 2 happen, because there's no way in hell Capcom would let these guys just announce it randomly on Twitter. So, yeah, they're trying to get support to make it happen, which I'm fine with. Just don't take it as confirmation. Finally, our last story. Who is this? Fatal Frame series producer Keisuke Kikuchi has said that he wants to make a new installment for the Switch. He says, yeah, I do want to make a Fatal Frame on Switch. I think it'll be a ton of fun to play with the console in handheld mode and moving all around. As I said in my post, Fatal Frame was on the Wii U, and that system didn't do so well. So it would be nice to see Fatal Frame come back on a system that's doing really well, where people would actually like buy it and support it. So I love Fatal Frame in general, so I'd be happy to see a new installment. But yes, I think it deserves a better chance of finding success than it did on the Wii U. And if the game came to Wii U, I don't see why we can't get another installment for Switch. We'll see what happens. Autumnal Blake says, maybe if I could take it somewhere warm and bright with all my friends around, I could finally play a horror game. Are you bothered by horror games?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
No. Wait, bothered how?
Like scared, like so much that you won't play them.
No, I like playing horror games. Well, the thing is, I only really tend to play them like, during this time of year, like October.
Robot face, don't you dare.
But I love Eternal Darkness, and I've played like Amnesia, and that's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Okay, The Dark Descent.
Yes.
And
The Dark Decent.
The Dark Decent. And I've had there was a game I downloaded years ago, but I've never played it. The one, what the heck is it called? You've got like the video camera, and you're in like a abandoned mental hospital or something.
Oh yeah, it's on Switch. Crap. There's a sequel as well.
There's a
Stu
second
Michaels
one.
played the first one, and it scared the hell.
Well,
out
he
of
scares
me.
really
Yes,
easily
yes,
too.
that is true. God, what is the name of that? Somebody in the chat, if you could help out, that'd be great. But anyway, go on.
But no, I like horror games, but I've never played any of the Fatal Frame games.
Oh, they're great. I mean, I don't
mean-
think they're any scarier than any other. I think there's games that are scarier than Fatal Frame, but I just remember Outlast. Thank you, Roth.
Thank you,
That's
Outlast.
It.
Which one would you recommend to like a newcomer?
For Fatal Frame games?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean,
can I just like? Do I need to start from the beginning?
I mean, they have some loose connection, but I think you're fine just picking up whatever one you want to start with. I don't think you're gonna like play it and be like, I don't understand what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, like the main thing is the camera obscura. You use the camera to fight, quote unquote, fight ghosts, and that's about it.
It's like it's very like J horror, right? They're like those kinds of ghosts.
Yes, definitely. Long hair, long stringy dark hair, and
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's other types of ghosts in there, but yes, your standard Japanese ghosts.
Yeah, it sounds like something I'd be into.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. My brain, how are you with scary games?
I don't like them. I don't like the stress of like jump scares. I don't mind something that's like psychologically scary. Do you know what I mean? Like,
So you'd rather psychological than jump?
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like a jump scare. I mean, Slender Man made me cry, but that was a jump. I was like waiting for the jump, and that's just, I can't enjoy myself. I mean, I feel like I didn't play a whole lot of it, but what was the one that I just started not that long ago that's like Twin Peaks-ish?
Oh, Control.
Yeah, there's like
that's
a bit
not
of a horror game. It was like drama, I guess then.
It's just got I don't know, some kind of uneasy vibe to it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And I don't mind like ghouls and ghosts and like all that kind of stuff. Ghouls and ghosts.
Yes.
But not the game Ghouls and Ghosts.
When that Arthur gets in his boxers, man, it scares the hell out of me.
And
I
then he
do
turns
love-
into a skeleton.
I love the music. in that game. But, I don't like a jump scare. It's not my thing.
Roth says, Kirby, start with the first one. It's still one of the best in the series. And he also says the Wii U one, the latest one, if you don't have access to the other ones, is good as well.
Yeah, I don't have a Wii U, though, is
I
the
mean,
problem.
I do.
Oh, that's
Borrow
true.
mine if you really wanted to play it that bad. Thank you, Mom Brain. I appreciate it. All right. Yes. Let us talk about what we played.
Wow, we're already
Okay.
there.
I mean, we're an hour in. It's regular time. Kirby, what have you been playing?
I pretty sure the only game I played this week was Blasphemous.
Oh.
Yeah, so I ended up starting a new game. When you're playing a game and you're first starting out and you're like struggling a little, and then you end up just like starting a brand new game, and you actually end up making more progress in that game than you did in your original game.
Yes.
So you just end up like deleting your first game.
Yes.
Yeah, well that's basically what I did with Blasphemous.
Sometimes you go into a game and like things just aren't clicking, and you take a while to like learn what you probably should have learned earlier on, and you're like, man, I would have done things so differently. And you start up a second game and like things go so much better, and you're like, I'm gonna dump the other one.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of outlets nowadays will do videos that are like 10 things you should know before you start playing Blasphemous, for example. 10 things you should know before you start playing, I don't know, Kirby. Kirby can suck up the enemies and gain their abilities. Yeah, it happens every once in a while.
So, yeah, I do have one like minor gripe with Blasphemous, and
Too violent.
No, I love violence. Like, no, give me more violence.
Love that violence.
Love that violence. No, my one minor gripe is that all the dialogue and text in the game is, I get that it's meant to be like immersive, but it's all like delivered in like this very like flowery, like cryptic sort of way.
Yes.
So, and the, you know, which means that I don't always understand what I'm being told.
I'm there with you.
Yeah. Like just to give one example, I was in a dungeon, and I met up with this strange lady who, you know, wasn't an enemy, and she basically offered to assist me, and you know, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I because it like gave me the choice of saying like yes or no, whether or not I wanted her assistance. And what happened was she ended up helping me fight the boss in that dungeon. And when I realized that, I was like, wait, did I just like agree? Did I just like switch to an easy mode?
Yeah.
And yes, it's stuff like that. It just kind of makes me wish that like a text box would pop up and the game would just say switch to easy mode, yes or no.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with all that type of language to paint the scenario and you know, heighten the mood or the experience. But when it comes to that kind of thing, yes, there should be like if they're gonna go through all that as a flowery way of saying would you like easy mode, there needs to be like at the text box needs to have a button that says easy mode on or off.
Yeah.
Just that's fine. Like do all the other stuff you want to say, describe it however you want, but make sure the player doesn't accidentally commit to something that they don't want to do. Yeah, because there have been conversations in that game where somebody's talking and I'm like, oh man, I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, like I don't know what characters are telling me. I don't know what items do exactly. Like I have like maybe a vague idea.
There's some things you get in that game where you read the descriptions and I'm like, I'm more confused now than I was when I picked it up. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. The early on you have a conversation with a guy who's just basically giving you like the full rundown of who you are and what's going on and like where you have to go. And like I've picked up on where you have to go, but outside of that, he was saying some other things about how just the universe works. And I'm like, maybe this will make more sense as I go on.
Yeah. So in this game, you play as a character who is known only as the Penitent One,
A conehead.
and yeah, and when they say the Penitent One, I always, for some reason, I think of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You know, the penitent man shall pass. And I don't know if that's like, I guess that's like his title, either that or he belongs to
His real name is Frank.
the Penitent One. I don't know if the Penitent One is like his
Go
title,
forth, Frank.
like him specifically, or if like anyone who dresses like in that weird mask is referred to as a Penitent One or
Yeah.
not. But it kind of reminds me of like the Darksiders games, where
Yes.
yeah, where like all the characters you come across, they recognize you and they like refer to you by your title, even if they're like, you know, your enemies.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that mixed with I don't know, like maybe some of the DS Castlevania games mixed with like a little Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And maybe a little Hollow Knight.
I'd say this is a perfect description of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, other than, you know, all the stuff I've covered, I've been enjoying it. For the most part, it's challenging, and but I'm making progress. Like I said, I defeated one of the bosses.
I like that the bosses some of the bosses in that game are like big. Like they take up the whole screen.
I've seen some in the trailer that
I
are like
love that
really,
kind
really
of
big.
stuff. Castlevania does that every once in a while too. I just love a boss that like, even if they're
Takes
not
up
running
half the
around the
screen.
whole screen, like, you know, 75% of the screen is like their body just like laying there with like arms moving around or something. I just like that. I don't know.
It can be very
Yes.
makes things seem more epic.
So that's all you played.
That's all I played.
Mom Brain.
Yes, dear.
Excuse me.
What did you play?
There we go.
By the way, we are signed to a podcast network. Anyway,
RMC cares.
go ahead.
Is that a DX?
Mom Brain, please
situation?
focus.
I I might have played a little bit of Sugar Blast, but
might have. Apparently, it
think I
wasn't a
did.
memorable experience.
Well, I was away Wednesday night through last night at Autism New Jersey's annual conference in Atlantic City. I did not play slots or any kind of table games
I
because
don't know how you didn't play penny slots.
I was so grossed out. Like Atlantic
Really?
City is
At Atlantic City?
Atlantic City is so gross. Like
It is.
I don't. It's just not for me. I feel bad saying it's gross. I mean, I'm sure that there's some really
Really,
cool...
a place that's cleaned once every 3 months is not up to
I mean,
up
how
to
do you
par
know
for
they
you?
clean once every 3 months?
Yeah, I mean, I was being generous with that.
So it was. I mean, two of the highlights of the trip. Now, mind you, we got there at like 9:00 Wednesday night, and I was home by like 7:00 Friday evening. So I wasn't gone that long. The conference was amazing, but like in the very short amount of time I was there, I slipped and fell on a puddle of white wine and broken glass from a
Shrimp
from a group of like
and white wine.
drunk 21-year-olds
Not drunk. They dropped their bottle.
who had been partying with like a 21st birthday balloons, and so that's how I knew it was them.
Boy, do you sound like an old curmudgeon right
I do.
now.
Well, I wouldn't have been. I was like, just like looking at them going, oh man, like I'm glad I'm over that in my life. And then I was walking and boom, fell. Thank God I didn't get
And then
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't get like glass
glass up the ass.
in my butt cheek.
glass with like STDs all over. it,
Yeah,
probably.
and I was wearing a dress, so like there was really nothing between me and like the glass and it was terrible. And earlier that day, I had gone for a run, not outside because I was too afraid to walk from. We were at Harrah's, which is like a mile walk to the boardwalk. Run.
Is it pronounced Harrah's? I've been calling it Harrah's.
No, Harrah's. It's
Joe
Harrah's.
Shabadoo
Okay.
says AC is certainly the most depressing place you can find without visiting the third world. It is rough.
Wow.
It is rough.
That is true though.
So it was like
That's pretty
evening, and I was afraid to run by myself in areas that weren't like super well populated or that I didn't know. So I had to run inside on a treadmill. And so I'm disgusting. I ran for like 45 minutes, and the gym smelled just a little bit less bad than the garbage hallway. No joke. That's what we called it. There's a hallway in the casino that clearly has a door to where they keep all of their garbage, and it just reeks like old Swiss cheese and barf.
Highline
It's
Tom says your
disgusting.
shrimp and white wine levels are dangerously unbalanced.
No
That is
kidding.
very true.
So I go for a run. I go up to my room. I'm meeting people for dinner. I strip down. I've got the shower running for like a few minutes.
This is all about what you played?
I go to get in, no hot water at all. So I'm like naked in
What?
the bathroom. I've got like my sweaty running clothes off. Can't get hot water to run. So I had to take a cold shower. It was horrible. And I called the front desk and they were like, we could move your room. And I'm like, I'm staying here one more night and then I'm leaving. And I already took a cold shower, but like, they were like, well, we'll send a maintenance man up. So when I came back from dinner, there was a note on the bathroom counter that was like, hot water's fixed. If it breaks again, just let it run for 10 minutes. It should warm up. Signed, Plumber Tom. I was like, thanks, Plumber Tom. We went past a bathroom, and in one of the stalls, there was a toilet that must have been leaking.
Mom brain. I just asked what you played.
I don't
How
know.
did we
sorry.
get here?
Well, you were like, you went to Atlantic City and you didn't gamble?
Yeah.
And I was just telling you how unlucky I was the whole trip, and that's why I didn't gamble.
So you didn't have hot water and you fell down, and that's why you didn't gamble. And it's gross. I mean, you knew it was going to be gross going there.
Gross. It's so gross.
Yeah, but wild cherry.
Wild cherry is your thing. You got lucky on wild cherry.
is your thing now too. What is wild cherry? Was it a nickel slot?
I think it might have been a penny.
Was it a penny slot? I mean, penny slots, that's fun. Come on.
I remember that you were really excited standing behind me while I was playing blackjack. You were like, yeah, get up there.
I did have a boner.
I didn't mean it like that. It just meant you.
I did.
Oh.
It was fun watching you play blackjack. Yeah. Like that was my second time at a casino, but I'd never like been to a card table before. Like I've,
okay.
done the roulette wheel and the slot machines, and that was it. I've never but even roulette, it was like, hello, Brian, thanks for joining. It was like, put money on black or red. I never went any more sophisticated than that. But yes, standing at the table there with, did you win money?
Mhm.
You did.
I usually do pretty well playing blackjack. My dad taught me how to play, and he's a very good player. But I mean, there's still, good amount of luck
Cheats.
involved. He doesn't have cards,
Hides cards under his hat.
but he usually does well. So he,
So Sugar Blast.
so maybe a little bit of Sugar Blast, and that's
How much did you win playing Sugar Blast?
So many sugars.
so many sugars.
You got to get back into Link's Awakening. You got to
Yeah.
get back into Control.
The last few weeks have been.
What happened to Stardew Valley?
I know but really, when was the last time I was home before like 8:00 at night during the week?
I will give you that. Yes, please don't touch the cat. He's
I'm not.
twitching.
Sorry.
Yeah, I
I've
will
been-
give you that. You have been very busy. Yes. Autumnal Blake says Bull Shovel is the best card game. I can't say the name.
I feel like I played that once or twice.
Oh, Doom Eternal says better than Uno. Nothing's better than Uno. Uno is the best card game, and funnily enough, Dose is the worst card game.
Well, you don't know
because
that because we've never figured out how to play
you
it.
can't play it. It's impossible to play. I don't think anyone's ever played
Remember
it.
playing Uno with the plastic cards in the hot tub?
Do I? It's one of my favorite memories. Yeah.
That was a good time.
Well, thanks for telling us what you played, Mom Brain.
You're welcome. What did you play, Rami?
Oh my God! Thank you
Right
so
off the
much,
bat.
Mom Brain.
Mhm.
I really appreciate it. Well, as you know, as some of you should know, because of the video, I have been lucky enough to be playing the final version of Luigi's Mansion 3. And I can, well, first off, I want to say thank you to you guys, because not you guys at the table. You guys suck. Thank you to, go ahead.
Bingo! Ho, ho, ho.
I want to say thank you to all you guys, because I only have this opportunity because of you. You supporting me lets these opportunities pop up. So thank you. I've been playing Luigi's Mansion 3. I can only talk about it up to a certain point. I did a 10-minute video preview, all brand new gameplay, all based on my own impressions as well. But over on a Patreon, I opened up a thing for some questions about Luigi's Mansion 3, and I said, I want your questions, and you guys put in questions. So I'm going to talk about your questions, because, if you want to hear what I thought, you can watch the video and listen to that. But I thought this would be something a little bit more fun to do. Rob on the Patreon says, my number one question is the game mission-based like Luigi's Mansion 2? I was really not a fan of the format, but Luigi's Mansion 3 looks to be more like Luigi's Mansion 1 in structure, and I hope that holds true. Well, Rob, let me tell you, Luigi's Mansion 3 is certainly more like Luigi's Mansion 1. There is not a mission structure here, really. It's pretty much certain floors of the hotel are open, and you go to them and explore them at your own pace. And floors will have bosses or other options that will give you access to other floors on the hotel. So it's not like go to floor 2 and find the 3 things. It's literally just go to floor 2 and wander around. So the original Luigi's Mansion was, wander around pretty much, find keys and gain access to new areas. And Luigi's Mansion 3 is very similar to that, but it's very well suited to portable play if you're interested in playing portable, because the floors themselves, depending on how much you explore, can be a nice way to pick up and play for maybe an hour or two, depending on, like I said, how much you're doing, and get in and out. So it's a good mix of the two, I would say. Hopefully people that enjoyed the first or the second game will like what they've done with the third. I greatly enjoy it. I feel it's more towards the original Luigi's Mansion. But it's great. Thank you for your question. Ollie says, I can't wait for this. How does the Ghost Slam feel? And how big is the game compared to number 2? The Ghost Slam is not fun. The Ghost Slam, that's always going to be stuck in my head now. The Ghost Slam, for me, is a lot of fun. I know a lot of people have said that they are worried about the Ghost Slam being overpowered. But for me, personally, I will tell you that Luigi's Mansion has never really been about the ghost battling. That is part of it. Luigi's Mansion, to me, has been about exploration and, puzzle solving in the ghost battles, like the bigger ghost battles, rather than just the regular ghosts. So the traditional mechanic of sucking up the ghost and getting them stuck to your vacuum or your poltergust and like pulling back on the joystick. All of that is still here, but then you have the option to hit the A button to do like a ghost slam, and Luigi will take his poltergust and slam it in a certain direction to slam the ghost on the floor, which takes out a bigger piece of health. And then you can slam ghosts into other ghosts to do damage to them, or you can slam ghosts into things in the environment to break them, which is also really cool. So the ghost slam is just like crazy, and I really like it. But I don't believe you have to use it if you don't want to. I think you'll just slowly drain the life of the ghost like you did in previous games. I'll have to go back and double check on that. I'm not 100% certain, but I think the number still goes down while you're doing it. So if you're absolutely against the ghost slam, you don't have to use it. There may be some boss circumstances where you have to use it, but I will double check that. David asks, does Luigi still hum with the music and act scared? Does Luigi ever hide in Luigi's nose? I haven't seen Luigi hide in Luigi's nose. Does Luigi still hum? I haven't heard him humming, but there is a dedicated Mario button. So you can hit a button to make Luigi say all the Mario, all that stuff. And Mario. That's it. And you can do it with Luigi as well, but he's got a weird voice. He's like, oh. It's real weird. So no, I haven't heard humming yet because there's like different songs in each part of the hotel. So it's not like the traditional Luigi's Mansion theme, although there are remixes of that in this game. Human Fart says, does it capture the feel of the original? I would say yes. It, like I said, it is more akin to the original than the sequel. Take like the vibe of the original and marry that with the expanded environments of the sequel, and I think you get a good idea what 3 is all about. Steel Diver says, does it hit 1080p docked or 720 handheld? I have no idea. I am not the one to ask for that kind of stuff. I can't tell you. I am not the technical guy. Martin, sorry to disappoint you, Steel Diver. Martin says, yeah, if Luigi was to eat Luigi, would that be self-cannibalism or not? Also, what would you guess the average playtime would be? Oh, I think I forgot to answer part of that. How big is the game compared to this? Yeah. All right. Well, let's get the important question out of the way first. If Luigi was to eat Luigi, would that be self-cannibalism? No, because Luigi is his own thing. It's not like Luigi is made.
It's like a twin.
Like
if you eat your twin, it's cannibalism, not self-cannibalism. If you eat your own arm.
I'm trying to remember how Egad makes Luigi. Like I don't remember if
I know how.
I don't remember if he steals, like if there's some element of stealing Luigi's DNA or something. I don't remember. I'm gonna say, but no, it's not self-cannibalism, because Luigi, yeah. If it was self-cannibalism, I feel like you'd be hurting yourself. Like if you're eating yourself, you would be doing a detriment to yourself, and you could eat all of Luigi. Luigi could eat all of Luigi, and I can't believe I'm talking about this, and be fine. So I'm gonna say no. What would be my guess on the average playtime? Well, I'm not allowed to talk about my full experience with the game. I can tell you that in my preview video, I had put 7 hours worth of gameplay into the game, and at that time there was a lot more left to do, especially for going for all the extra stuff. As I said in the preview, that this game is packed to the brim with stuff to do in each environment. Not just each floor, but each room of each floor has so much stuff in it. The money, hidden things, just little elements to interact with. It's unbelievable, really. It is. It's jam-packed. Crowned Skull says, are all character ghosts treated as bosses? Like there isn't a main boss in a certain area, it's just X amount of character ghosts, or there are main bosses aside character ghosts? Well, Crowned Skull, you'll be happy to know that there are like signature ghosts that have like their own little vibe to them, and then there are boss ghosts as well. There's like I can't go into too many specifics, but one I can talk about is there's like a security guard ghost that you have to fight, and I'm not allowed to tell you how you fight him, but it's a boss battle. But then there's other we'll say like There's your regular ghost. Then there's your regular ghost plus, like it's a regular ghost with a shield, or a regular ghost with a hat, or a regular ghost that has like a special attack. Then there's like a mid-boss ghost, kind of, who's like a bigger ghost that does something different, like a huge ghost that hits harder. And then there's special themed ghosts for bosses and sometimes not bosses, just like, blocking an area of like I said, the security guard ghost and others that I can't talk. I think there's like it's like a maid ghost that steals something that you have to hunt her down through through one of the floors, but I can't tell you more than that. So yeah, there's a great variety in the ghosts you encounter. Plus, environments will have ghosts appearing in different areas, even if you've cleared them. Sometimes they'll pop back up in an area, but they'll be doing different things, and they'll be in different places, and they'll lock you down in different spots, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Environ says, the multiplayer in Dark Moon was my favorite part of the game. Did you get to properly try out the multiplayer modes in Luigi's Mansion 3? I need to know how it compares to Skyscraper. I cannot tell you those details specifically because I need more time with them. I would not feel comfortable discussing that with you, but I will have some sort of information on multiplayer for the final review, which comes out later. Can't tell you when. Thank you for the questions on that. Hopefully that was more interesting than me just talking about, like, again, what I think of the game, because as I said, you can check that out in the video. So it was good. It's good stuff. It's real good. I'm going back into the Discord just to make sure I didn't miss any questions there. I don't want to miss anything you guys had to say. Hello, Rat Mastered. So I played that. Also, well, let me check my app. Also, I've been playing a lot, when I get the chance, that is, a lot of Dragon Quest XI.
You gonna tell everybody the joke?
What's the joke?
The one that you saved for me to look at.
Oh, it's on my Switch. I don't remember it. You're going to have to say it.
I don't remember it.
Excellent.
So nobody remembers it, apparently.
It's a good story, Mulberry. It's a cow telling the weather. Something about udders.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing in Dragon Quest that cows can tell the weather.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like cows randomly scattered around the game. And you walk up to it, and it's like, yeah, here's what the weather is going to be like. It's going to rain tomorrow.
Don't you wish that was real? In real life, you could ask a cow.
Well,
You know when they're laying down, it's going to rain.
Here's a question for you. Have you ever asked a cow for the weather?
No.
So maybe it's real.
I don't think I've ever been in my adult life close enough to a cow to ask.
Well, we got to
I
change
mean, as
that.
a kid, I think.
Well,
but-
we drive by them all the time. You could just yell it out the window.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
So yes, I'm playing Dragon Quest XI. Obviously, I don't have a ton of time to play, but I am trying to put time in when I can. I played a lot last night because I had the opportunity to. I was talking to Colma, and Colma was talking to me about Ring Fit Adventure. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to give that a try, but also I needed to take a shower. I was like, well, I'm really tired, and I don't want to take a shower and then play Ring Fit Adventure because I'll get sweaty. So I got to make sure I play Ring Fit Adventure before I get in the shower. And then I decided I was just too tired. So I got in the bath and I played Dragon Quest in the bath. I was like, I'll play Ring Fit Adventure tomorrow. So yeah, I played a lot of Dragon Quest. I'm still very early in the game, but early for an RPG. I've put in like 8 hours or something like that. RPG. But man, I'm really liking it. I really think I would like RPGs if I just wasn't so afraid to play them. Because every time I play them, I really like them. Like I'm playing Dragon Quest now, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing great. This is awesome. I'm really doing it. I'm not dying. I feel good. And
yeah, is this of the Dragon Quest games that you have played? Would you say you're enjoying this one the most?
I think I would say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Brian says he's 40 hours into Dragon Quest XI, and Drake says he's 71 hours. Autumnal Blake says he's 12 hours. Well, that's great to see all you guys playing it.
Whoa.
Doom Eternal says he's 0 hours in. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to nail down what I like about it so much. I'm enjoying the story a lot. it's not like a mind-blowing story, but I think it's done well, and it's had some sentimental moments. I saw a moment last night that made me sad for the main character, and really something else that happened really made me like, oh, that son of a bitch, I'm gonna see this through to the end. The battling is fun. I have the terrible habit of battling everybody I come across because I'm worried that I am going to be underleveled when I get to a boss fight, and I don't want to go out and grind. Yes, Autumnal Blake says, I love Eric. Eric is one of the characters in the game who I have with me now, and I love Eric as well. Eric is a really nice, cool, interesting character. And I like the voice actor for Eric. I like all the voice acting in the game. The English voice acting, I think, is pretty good. It's definitely on par with your average. I don't even want to say your average anime. I think it might be better than your average anime, because I feel like that's kind of an insult. Usually your average anime has one or two characters that are good and everybody else is just kind of like phoning it in. But yeah, the rapport between the hero and Eric is good. I really like it. And there's a whole bunch of other characters that I thought were voiced well. It's fun. It's just fun. You know how I know I really like it? Because I played it last night until I could barely keep my eyes open. I was like, I got to do some work, but I wish I could play more. So I worked and went to bed. And as I was laying there, I was like, man, I can't wait to play Dragon Quest again. So I'm really liking it. The music's great. I know the Switch version has the orchestrated soundtrack versus the MIDI soundtrack that was in the PS4 version. I don't know if the PS4 version got the orchestrated soundtrack or is getting it or whatever, but music's really good. It's just fun. It's just fun. The only complaint I have really is that some of the monsters are so cute that I feel bad fighting them. Like there's like, what are they? There's like these little boars that wear witches hats, but they're cute little like round boars, and they have like beady little juicy black eyes, just all black with like a shine to them. I'm like, oh god, they're so cute. And then when you kill them, they like roll away and like poof, and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. Some of there's like,
well, even the what are they? The slimes are cute.
The slimes
they're
are
like
cute,
always smiling.
There are a good amount of cute enemies here. I like when my enemies like make me want to hurt them, and these guys, I always feel bad. That's it. Ratmaster says they're called ham witches. That is actually what they're called.
My
that makes sense.
God.
Like a pig with a witch's hat, ham witch.
Ham witch. I like it.
And there's other characters that aren't so cute, but they're cutesy. There's like, I think they're called cruel cumbers, and they're big like cucumber, like goofy looking guys that like wiggle back and forth, and you kill them and they have a spear and they like fall backwards and the spear flips up in the air and like stabs them in the stomach and they grab their stomach. I'm like, oh man, this is it's not. I mean, okay, it's violent, but not really. It's like cartoon violence, but still, because of how cutesy the characters look, sometimes I feel extra bad about it. So there's other cute characters that aren't coming to mind right now, but then there's ugly like imp guys and cloud smog guys that have evil faces and stuff, but I'd say there's a good 40% enemies that are cute, so I feel bad. So yeah, I'm playing that. Great, love it. Can't wait to play it again today. Having so much fun with it. Also I played some more Witcher 3 on Switch, which again, another huge game that I decided to dedicate my time to Dragon Quest XI because I've never played that before. Witcher 3 I have played, but I still want to play it. And boy, am I impressed with how that game works on Switch. That's got to be the most impressive Switch port so far.
Wow, I am impressed.
It doesn't look as good as PS4 or Xbox One, obviously, or PC. But it looks good, and it runs well, and it plays fine. I'm so surprised. It is really impressive. It's they did an Saber Interactive, I think that's who did it, did an excellent job with it. They really knocked it out of the park. It feels great. One of the games many people thought would be impossible on Switch, and they pulled it off. So if you're playing it for the first time on Switch, or you want to play it and you don't have any other platform and you're worried about it not coming through on Switch, no. I mean, it's there. It's the whole game. It's got all the content, all the voice acting and everything like that. I know they said they lowered the quality of audio, but they also said in multiple interviews they lowered it to save storage size, but they didn't lower it to a degree that most people would notice. And I've been playing with headphones and I didn't notice at all. I haven't noticed any audio quality difference at all. So, man, it's good. Super impressive. And if you buy the retail version, if you buy the physical version, the whole game is on the game card. You don't need to download anything, which shows they went above and beyond. So,
just make sure the game card is in the, the case.
Kirby will tell you it's a great game.
Oh yeah.
Doom Michaels, if he was here, Doom Michaels will be here later in the year, but I'm sure he'll talk about it then. But it's one of his favorite games of all time. It's an amazing game. Wow. Really, really good stuff. That's that. I feel like I have other things that I was supposed to talk about, and I took screenshots of them, and I did that. No, dude, we were doing so good.
I wasn't touching it.
You didn't. It's oh, come on, dude. Right there is where I don't want you to sit. Okay. Let's do. Oh. You gotta go. I know you just woke up, but you gotta go. Let's do some questions.
Okay.
Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Before you do questions, I just want you to know that I just learned that if you farted
Hamwich.
all the farts that you could fart in your lifetime in one continuous fart, it would take you about 10 days if the fart was 24 hours a day.
Wow.
I feel like you've had a couple 24-hour farts.
I don't think I have.
Have you had a 5-minute fart?
I don't think I've had a 5-minute fart. I've had a period of 5 minutes in which I farted a day's worth of farts.
Can you, while I'm reading this question, can you go Guinness World Records longest fart? Yeah. Willis says, if you were a Pokemon, would your current form be your first, second, or final evolution? Also, what would your Pokemon name be? I feel like I'd be in my second evolution stage right now.
Me too.
Hopefully the final evolution has like more money and less things to do. What would my Pokemon name be? I don't know. I'm gonna have to default to the chat for this one.
I believe it was Mr. Methane who did it.
Oh, Mr. Methane, the famous Howard Stern guest. Yes, of course.
I'm just.
Yeah, Doom Eternal. The reason why we don't have it questions at GoNintendo.com and instead have it GoNintendo questions at gmail.com is because of our it's a wonky setup. Yes, I could do it, yes, but it takes some finagling, unfortunately. But perhaps I should do that. You're right.
Rats. I just need you to hear this.
Tell me. Hello, Joseph.
So this was according to a radio station that reported on this. The dude who calls himself Mr. Methane attempts to set the mark on video for the world to see. After exclaiming he's about to burst, the timer starts, and Mr. Methane carefully lets out a 59-second long fart that sounds reminiscent to having a gnat flying close to one of your ears. Who knows if this is a world record, but regardless, they probably had to evacuate the building.
59 seconds, like sustaining a fart for 59 seconds.
And here is the video ad that is on the website. It's a picture of someone speaking into like an intercom phone and then that phone up to a butt. And it says, dude uses Walmart intercom to broadcast a fart to shoppers.
Attention shoppers. Aisle 3. Clean up in aisle 3, please. Joseph says Salo Beard would be my Pokemon name. I really can't come up with a Pokemon name.
Yeah, me neither.
I got nothing. I really don't. If I was familiar with enough Pokemon, I'm sure I could come up with something better.
How about Mr. Meat? Mr. Meat.
I'm Mr. Meat. As long as I'm at least as terrifying as Mr. Mime, then I'm cool with it. Do you guys have Pokemon names for yourself?
Nah.
No.
Evolve into well done, cowboy, says Brian. Yes, that's it.
God.
Raw meat, well done, and then what?
Medium meat?
Eaten cowboy. Let us do our Patreon question. if you would like to, you could join the Go Nintendo Patreon. It is $1 over on the Patreon, and you get everything. This week we have another episode of the something else I played and I didn't talk about. I have another episode of me playing Demon's Crest.
Oh, okay.
Crest?
Demon's Crest, yes.
I thought Quest.
Not Quest, no. Demon's Crest. My continued journey into Demon's Crest. It's another 17-minute video, I think, roughly, of me picking up where I was last time, and things don't go so well in the beginning, but then we get back on track. And I'm having a lot of fun doing that series. And that's the one where you can hear me say rumen numerals and make myself laugh. Today's or this week's Patreon question comes from Anthony Venditti. Anthony, thank you so much for supporting the Patreon. His question says, I've recently gained a newfound appreciation for the original DS era and have been going back and playing some of the games. It's really taken me back to that point in my life. My question to the crew is, what is your favorite DS game, and do you have any particular DS memories that you'd like to share? On Brain Medios, without a doubt.
And it reminds me, well, I think it might be Nintendogs, because it reminds me of the night that we camped out.
Yeah, I'll never forget you with Nintendogs.
It was great.
Sure. Yeah, two dogs, one dog? Neither of them listened to you?
Two of them.
Yeah. Your dogs didn't pay attention.
Nope.
I got a portable DS memory for you. You playing Animal Crossing Wild World with David.
Oh, yeah,
David
that
Young.
was fun. I think he gave me coconuts.
David works at Nintendo. He still does work at Nintendo. And
He's
Mom
lovely.
Brain, I don't even know what event we were at, but we were coming out of an event, and I know David well, and Mom Brain had met him already.
Yeah, I think so.
And he was like, do you have your DS with you? And you said you did. And he's like, oh, we got to trade fruit in Wild World. And they sat down in like the hotel lobby and we're playing Animal Crossing together. I mean, it sticks out in my head. Does it stick out in you? It's just cool, like it's cool to see someone that works at Nintendo. I'm sure everyone or the majority of people that work at Nintendo actually enjoy Nintendo stuff, but you could tell David was really into it. Like he had been in an event all day telling people how to play whatever it was, demoing stuff. And even after that, he was like, let's play Wild World, and sat down to play for just for the hell of it.
Was it Wild World that Dorothy and I went to an event? Was it Dorothy and I?
I don't
or
know.
Jill and me? Maybe it was Jill and me.
I don't remember anything at all.
We went. You couldn't come, and we went to an event in the city.
Hot down somewhere in the city. I don't remember this
And I got
at all.
a shirt.
Sounds like a great memory for you.
Yeah.
Kirby, do you have any DS games that mean something to you that you remember fondly?
Oh, sure. I remember enjoying like Phantom Hourglass and
Hi, Rex.
and playing a lot of Puzzle Quest, Challenge of the Warlords, like a lot.
Now I'm reliving those days.
Yeah, exactly. You are victorious.
Saying that to Mom Brain.
And also a game which I don't even own, but I believe I borrowed from you when I played it, Ghost Trick.
Great game.
Yeah,
Great game.
I was very surprised with how much I enjoyed that game and how much the experience stuck with me.
Very cool idea. Very neat visual style. Just a fun game all around.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Rex. I hope you are too.
And that was that like one of the last games developed for the DS?
I don't know if it was. It was later on in the DS's life. I don't know if I want to say that late. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, it was like when support was like tapering off, certainly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if that was the case, it's a good game to go out on.
Oh, what else?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go home after this and look through my DS library and just see what jumps out at me.
There was that I don't remember what it was, and I'm pretty sure it was DS, but it was a game that picked up. Remember, it pinged Wi-Fi signals, Mom Brain, and I did it on the way down to North Carolina, and it logged them to give you treasure or something. I forget what it was called. What else do I? Oh, you know what I remember a lot of on DS? Oh, LOL.
I was just gonna ask, was that
Yes.
a DS game?
LOL, yeah, definitely. LOL, we played a lot, and we played for hours and made ourselves cry. And the funny thing about that is, there's like nothing to that.
Yeah.
Like that's all based on whatever you and your friends can come up with. But it was great. Clubhouse games, I have fond memories of. We played a lot of Clubhouse games. I wish they would do a Clubhouse games for Switch because I loved that game. It was such a fun thing to play with everybody else. Because all those games are just great in general, that collection of games, but being able to play them with friends wirelessly was really cool. I really, really, really liked that.
Oh, another one. Oh crap, what was it called?
Excuse me.
The 9 persons or 999.
999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another game, DS game that stuck with me. Just like, not just in terms of gameplay, but just like how crazy the storyline got.
You got to play his new game. That guy's new game is out on Switch. It's called, I think it's on PS4 as well. It's called AI, the Somnium Files.
Okay.
It's the same kind of game, but even more out there.
Okay, yeah, because I started playing the 3DS, the game that was on 3DS,
Yes,
but
yes.
I never got through it.
Oh, yeah, you should check out a trailer for the Switch game. I've been meaning to get around to it. I just haven't had the chance to. Yeah, there's so many great games on DS. Like I'm looking at my shelf over here, and there's just tons and tons and tons. The DS really was a ton of fun. So many fantastic titles.
Yeah, playing 999, like, while I was playing that game, I did something that I probably hadn't done in years, which was like actually like write down notes on like
In the back of the instruction manual, of course.
no, I think I just took
Toilet paper.
like notebook paper
plate.
and
Paper
yeah, I had like had all these like diagrams and clues written down for myself.
I do that every once in a while with games, but now I write the notes on my phone instead of on a piece of paper. But I'm trying to remember.
Well, I mean,
what
this was
games I've done
before
that.
I even had like a smartphone.
This was long before phones were invented. Yes, DS was a wonderful platform. Great question. Great reason to look back at all that.
And I remember
cool stuff.
going to Perkins with the crew when we got them.
Was it Perkins at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What else would it have been?
Bob's Big Boy. I don't know.
No, it wasn't Bob's Big Boy. It was Perkins.
It was probably Perkins by then.
All right. Let us do music, but first, can I hear the jingle? Is that on? Oh, you have it on your laptop. Yes. Never mind.
But I mean, if it's on there,
It's not.
I don't think it is.
It's not. You got to take it. I was mistaken. Mom Brain is back on her laptop today for music because we want to smooth things out. That's why I'm on my phone for
Sorry,
Discord and news, but we're remedying that situation. But yes, we didn't want to do the whole goodbye, Doom Eternal. Thanks for joining us. Just get her back into her element. Let her handle music where she shines.
You want to hear it? Oh.
One more. Is that what he sounds like?
okay. So
Hi, GWX.
the first song today comes from Autumnal Blake.
It's Breath of the Wild.
It is.
It's fighting, but I don't know what. I don't recognize the other parts of it.
Field Battle.
Oh. How's Breath of the Wild going? Good, Mom Brain?
Great. All right. This one comes from Toad64.
Is it a sports game?
Nope.
Nah, it doesn't sound like it. Licensed?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Yoshi on the NES.
Oh, I never played that.
This one comes from Wired.
Was that a puzzle game? Okay.
I have a system.
Switch.
mean, a song or the game? Trying to think of what would have this kind of music.
Dig my hole, you build a wall.
How about one of the
I dig my hole, you build a wall.
Walking Dead games?
I was gonna
No.
guess Walking Dead.
One day that wall is gonna fall.
This can't be a franchise, right?
Gonna build
No.
that
Oh, how about
city
someone
on
Barry?
a hill.
No.
Gonna build that city on a hill.
What would have this kind of song in it?
Someday those tears are gonna spill.
How about I don't know, One Night Stand?
No.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Bastion.
Oh, I even
Oh.
played that. Damn it. I haven't played it in a long time. Shite. Good one.
Okay, so this one comes from Mikey3319.
I need an update.
There wasn't one.
Oh. Well then. Calm down. Calm down over here. You're okay.
Is this a Switch game?
No.
Okay.
Scourge. Hive.
No.
What's this?
NES.
I don't
Oh,
know.
this is NES.
I figured it was some kind of a retro title.
Man, what is this? Professor's Quest.
No.
This is a hell of a song for NES.
I mean, the one I'm looking at now says IBM on it. So I wonder if, like,
This is the PC version of.
maybe.
I mean, it doesn't not sound NES. It just sounds a little bit better than NES. We have one right so far.
Still got a few left.
Oh, send your music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Where?
gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Oh.
All right, I don't know.
Give up?
Shadowgate.
No.
Shadowgate. Go ahead.
The Immortal.
Oh, I should have guessed that because
Oh.
AVGN just
He
did
just
a video
did,
on it, and
yeah,
I haven't
video.
watched it yet.
Okay.
Well,
If I did, maybe I would have got that.
this one's from Glitter Bubble 3.
Oh, wait. I know this. Dr. Franken.
It is.
Or The Adventures of Dr. Franken.
Yep.
Oh, man, this game sucks so bad. I actually asked for this game for my birthday, and I was so disappointed.
Aww.
Any game on the Super Nintendo with that piano noise, if it uses that instrument, it's a bad game.
Is that what else is it in?
Bad games. Tool Time, Home Improvement.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Ren and
It's
Stimpy
not
games.
an Earthworm Jim.
No, it's like the licensed. I don't know. Developers that are farting out soundtracks. That's the piano noise they go with.
Yeah, I have no idea why I was like, why I wanted this game. Like, what it was about it that like piqued my interest.
Yeah, were you asking if like that song wasn't from Earthworm Jim, but Earthworm Jim has.
No, I meant that piano.
Yeah,
was that Moonlight Sonata?
Yes, it sounds kind of like it. I need to hear this horrible song. No, please don't play it. I need to hear it again.
All right, well, this one comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. What system is this?
Game Boy Color.
Mickey Speedway.
No,
One day. License something.
no,
Muppets Adventure.
no,
Pokemon.
no.
Not. I need to like look at a list of the Game Boy Color games too.
Yeah, whenever
That's my weak spot.
Whenever
And I even
it's
had
Game
one.
Boy Color, I have to default to you.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Wait. Is it
Dizzy.
Blaster Master Over or whatever it's called?
No.
Okay.
Toki-Tori.
Oh.
I played that.
There was a Toki-Tori on Game Boy Color.
That's where it started, I believe.
Oh, okay.
This one comes from
Wave two.
Nate
Wave
or
two,
Die.
right.
Oh well. The Blob?
No.
What system?
Switch.
Is it that crappy basketball game you play?
No.
You know the one I mean.
The World Ends With You.
No.
I got nothing. We're doing horrible this week.
You up?
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
What is
Persona
the
3.
hell?
Oh, it's a Persona song.
I would have accepted.
That's the kind of music they have in the Persona games.
I guess in Persona 3.
This one comes from Andy the Zombie.
Please be one I know. Slightly familiar.
Yeah, this sounds like something you would know.
What system?
Is it Super Nintendo?
64.
Oh, okay.
All right, 64, and it's not horrible. How about Glover?
No.
First party?
Yes.
Okay.
Pokemon.
No.
Mario Party?
No.
Kirby?
No.
Oh, Donkey Kong 64?
No.
Diddy Kong?
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yes.
There you
Yay!
go.
Great job, guys.
Didn't really sound like Rare.
This one
The beat is Rare.
comes.
Oh. Go here. Oh, my baby. Now save me.
Oh, okay. Now he wants to be over here.
This one comes from Crambo 3.
Rambo. Turn up a bit. Okay, it's got to be a Konami game.
Yeah, is it a Ninja Turtles game?
It is Ultra Games.
Yeah, that counts.
Is it the first Ninja Turtles?
No.
What else is Ultra made?
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Oh my god, this is getting terrible. Comanche, why would you do this? Sorry, Metal Gear.
No.
2.
Snake's Revenge?
No.
Oh, yeah. Franchise?
No.
Sports.
No.
Oh, it's an Ultra game. License.
No. I don't think so.
OG Man.
No.
Man, it's Ultra and it's not licensed.
Bad Dudes? Did they do Bad Dudes?
It's not that.
I don't remember what else Ultra did.
Yeah, I don't either.
Ultra was Konami's fake company because Nintendo had limits on like how many NES games you could put out in a year. So they
Okay.
were like, "We're not Konami. We're Ultra."
Did they put out like Bayou Billy?
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
It's not Bayou Billy.
They did. Good guess. Okay, go ahead. We don't know.
It was Base Wars Cyber Stadium series.
Never played it. I'm sure if your brother was here, he would have got it. Hello, King Talshia.
The last song we have today comes from Naka.
Jesus
Good luck,
Christ.
boys.
I hate this guy. No, don't. Leave him. Okay, this sounds licensed.
Is it 64?
I don't know if it's licensed. It's Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little too good for licensed.
Sounds like the Terminator.
I was thinking licensed, yeah, Terminator or Total Recall or Ho Chi Minh. Yeah. Franchise? No. Can't
don't
be.
think
You
so.
don't know. I have a company. I don't usually ask that.
Taito.
Does not help.
Super Turrican?
No.
Taito. What did Taito do in the
Yeah, I can't
Super
think.
Nintendo?
I liked it. I don't know. Go ahead.
I
We've
liked it.
we've had a terrible one.
Ninja Warriors.
Oh my god! And the new one's out.
Okay.
What? It's a franchise?
So
Yeah, it's your fault. It's a franchise. It's your fault.
I said I wasn't sure.
Hey, today. Yeah. I think we got like 4 at most.
Ugh.
You got Diddy
Ugh.
Kong. You got Dr. Franken.
Yeah, those are mine.
Breath of the Wild. You didn't get you. Yeah, I think you got 3.
No. We got 4.
Okay. Great job.
Oh boy! Give you back your laptop and you screw us over.
I didn't.
Brian
It was not
says that
me.
last song was actually in the heat of the night. DS. In the heat of the night. I used to watch In the Heat of the Night because my mom was a big fan.
I remember watching it as a kid as well, and then
Like,
like
hell
years
were we
later,
watching that for?
I don't know. And then like years later, I found out it was based on a movie, and that
And the movie was
not-
based on
Not
real
good.
life.
Oh,
Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
and that Archie Bunker wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, he's not in it. Forget it. I'm out. We will be back next week with another show. So until then, have a lovely week, and we'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Perfect. All right, we got a couple minutes for your old after show. If you got a specific question or something.
Yeah, the cat realized that the show was over, so he left.
Yeah, right. How does that work?
So there's nothing else that he can ruin.
Do.
Do.
I have to go take care of my bread.
You're making bread?
Yes, for Kyle for tomorrow.
Wow, apparently the rest of the after show doesn't matter. You just turn off the light.
Well, I just know you won't turn it off. So.
Rex says
Ouch.
the burp was my favorite part.
Nice.
What games are you looking forward to next year, says Autumnal Blake. And King Talsha says best non-Nintendo game, RMC. Next year, I don't know. What the hell am I looking forward to? I got no idea.
I don't know.
I
what's
didn't
going
remember
on anymore.
Last of Us 2.
Oh,
That's
right.
next year.
Is that Cyberpunk game coming out?
You too, Giant Reggie.
Next
Cyberpunk,
year?
yeah, that's next year, sure.
Sure, why not?
Best non-Nintendo game.
Like ever?
Not appearing on a Nintendo system or just not made by Nintendo? Because there are different options there. Yeah. Brian says he's looking forward to Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, the game. Let's say not appearing on Nintendo. Okay, so a game that is only on other systems. I don't know why, but instantly Intelligent Cube popped into my head. I love Intelligent Cube, but that's not one of them. I really liked why do I always forget the name of this game? I can see it perfectly in my head. I know what it's about. I know the characters' names. Life is Strange. I really liked Life is Strange. I feel it's such a good fit for Switch, but it's not on there yet. Or ever, as far as we know. I haven't heard any plans for it to come over.
Those things are really
Man, I'm trying to think of just... Yeah, King, it is a hard-hitting question. It's hard to come up with an answer right off the bat. It's something I'd need to really... Journey. That is my answer.
hot. Okay.
Journey. One of the best experiences I've ever had in the game. Yeah, Journey is one of my favorite games of all time. So I don't think I could come up with a better pick than that. Man, do I love that experience.
I love Journey. Boy, oh boy.
I wish I could go on that journey again for the first time. Oh, Autumnal Blake says, I haven't played Journey. Is it worth playing today? Yes. Yes, it is. It's worth playing whenever you can play it. Brian says he hasn't played it either. He had to settle for Abzu. Abzu isn't even the poor man's Journey. Abzu is just another game. I was excited for it. You're this guy that swims around underwater, and it's about ocean life and life in general, but no.
Is it a sequel to
Journey is a million out of 10, and Abzu is a 4 out of 10. I didn't really like Abzu. I love the soundtrack though. Autumnal Blake, Journey.
Will change your life.
Yeah, you should have. You should have online, but I think you can play it on PS4, right? So it's still got the online connectivity then. Rex says you can. He thinks you can get Journey on Apple Arcade. I didn't know that. Oh, I don't. Can you? I didn't know that. All right, that's it. We're done. We're done, people. After show's over. Thanks for sticking with us. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Hang out with friends and family. Play some games. Take a rest. Relax. You deserve it. We will be back next week. Thank you so much. Let me time this correctly. Goodbye, everybody.